Mm. And is this an
Mm,
indication? I mean, you
mm.
described there the sort of
Mm.
painstaking centimetre by centimetre
Centimeter by centimeter.
counter-offensive. Is there a sense that this is how the counter-offensive is going to go on?
Well, it will. You have to take that as a given. It's going to be slow. That said, at some point, the Russians don't have enough reserves to plug the holes.
What? Are they really saying this? Are they really trying to act like the Russians don't have enough troops? Russia, historically, should we think about their troops? They don't have enough reserves. Well, they wouldn't be able to call up any more reserves. That's it. They'd be doomed. If it was a case where they couldn't call up reserves, they don't have enough reserves. That's why he's trying to. That's the line he's trying to feed you. He just said Russia doesn't have any reserves. Yeah. What was the actual line?
The Russians don't have enough reserves to plug the holes.
They
And there's
don't
a
have enough
strong
reserves to
possibility that
plug
at
the
some point,
holes.
a part of the front line, which is vast, I mean, it's more than 600 kilometers long, and even up to 1,000 if
Ah,
you count the northeastern part.
you're talking 600 kilometers to 1,000 kilometers long. And at any time, the Russians won't have enough. What about the Ukrainians who have a smaller, significantly smaller army? Are they going to have trouble plugging those holes? Oh, yeah, maybe Russia will have to bring some from the east. But, then China could attack. Oh, no, unlikely China's going to attack. What's going to happen? Alaska's going to attack? Don't think so. The Americans don't actually fight wars for themselves. They fight wars in other people's countries at the cost of other people. So it's not going there, is it? Where is it going?
Of
Ukraine.
Ukraine. At some point, if there's a breach, you might
God.
see Russian troops
Wait a
surrender. If
minute.
there's a breach,
Talking.
you might
Wait, yeah,
see northeastern
wait.
part
Look at
of
this
Ukraine.
guy. Is
At
this guy wearing outside underpants? Do you see that? Look at this guy. No wonder he's got a mask on. Who would want to be seen in this? Has he got outside padding round his crotch? Oh, bulletproof penis.
some point, if there's a breach, you
You don't
might
want to be shot in
see
the ass.
Russian troops surrendering en masse.
Oh, yeah. So this is the spin. Okay, this is the spin. This is what they gotta do. This is what they gotta do. These are the pasties. They're throwing out all of the pasties onto the floor. They're like, look at our mainstream news pasties. This is a terrible situation. It's terrible for Russia. Russia doesn't have enough reservists. They have a really long front line. And at any time, Russian troops might surrender en masse if at a part, just a little bit of that 600 kilometer to 1,000 kilometer line is breached. They'll surrender in mass and they'll hand over Putin. They'll hand over Putin for sure this time. They'll hand over Putin. What's this? What? We're living in an imagination land. We're living in an imaginary land where we wear outside combat diapers. Oh no. The reason why that guy was having to wear combat diapers, yeah, these combat diapers, was because he's shitting himself so completely heavily at the moment because he knows the opposite is true. So what these guys are telling you is actually true on the other side, that the Ukrainian forces know that at any time one of that part of that 600 to 1,000 kilometer front line could be broken, and in that case Ukrainian soldiers will surrender en masse. And what you're seeing here in this downward stage of the Ukrainian war, in the end of the Ukrainian war, in the last periods of the Ukrainian war, where Russia is winning, is the West projecting out what is going to happen to their ally, to the Ukrainians, and saying this is going to happen to the Russians. This is just literally they're reading out Ukraine's future. Bits of the army will have to surrender en masse if the defensive lines are breached. Make no mistake about it. They have explosive shit because of that.
At some point, if there's a breach, you might see Russian troops surrendering en masse.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You might see it. Oh, all of these Russians. No. Oh, you Ukrainians. You came in with your 10 men and we got like 1,000 men and you're like, oh, when we're taking you over, we're like, all right. Russians are notoriously given to surrender, aren't they?